I need to get rid of my it's all good, que sera, sera attitude. It's not all good. And I don't mean that in an I'm depressed kind of way. One of my high school buddies used to say, the path of least resistance always leads downhill. When I look back over the past 10 years, to a certain degree, I have taken that path. It's not that I'm any worse off, but I'm certainly no better off. It must be a day for high school memories because I can remember at my graduation ceremony Mr. Scott saying something about going out into the milling masses of nothingness. A rather ominous picture. Billions of maggots devouring the carcass of the earth, empire after empire. I could choose to believe that, and I guess in a very broad sense that it is true. But I need to stop living my life in a very broad sense. Without specificity, I have been meandering the face of the planet. I want to make my mark. I want to make a difference. I want to change the face of the planet in some way. Not in a great way and not in a small way, but in the greatest possible way I can. When I think of things running downhill, I think of water, like the Colorado River winding its way at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. It's amazing what persistence can do. And a little gravity. But I don't have millions of years. The gravity of my life is that I am past the midway point. I am motivated by my mortality. Now I stop mid-thought. Is this any different than a dare? Is this another declaration to prove my self-worth? Who am I to change the world? The world doesn't want to change. And then I think of the words, be the change. I could go on a feeding frenzy, a life of decadence and excess, work to consume and to consume and to consume. But I'm not a maggot. I have self-awareness and see my traits of ego, humility, greed, altruism, selfishness, empathy, and so on. I just feel that Doris Day and I have walked hand in hand for too long, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. I am aware of how instrumental the media has been in facilitating my complacency. It panders to my sense of self and feeds my attitudes about where it sees my controllable place in the world. I choose to accept don't worry, be happy as some kind of mantra or a personal anthem because it was in the breast milk I drank and the lullabies I heard. Inherently, I knew what was wrong, what is wrong, but without someone to teach me what's right, I follow the path of least resistance. It was difficult to write this. It took longer than I thought. But it is movement, and it is movement that is not downhill.